Hello friends, in today's video we are going to see the bottom of code for coin change problem. In my last video I have already explained the top down program, and prior to that I have explained the recursive program. And if you have not watched those videos, then please go and watch those, otherwise you will find it very difficult to understand. So first of all, as you can see here, this is my bottom of code, and before understanding this particular code we need to understand how we reach to this particular code. And to do that, what we are going to do, we are going to do analysis on top down tree. Basically we are going to check the topological order. And one more thing, this is the top down tree for this particular example, that is coin denomination I have is 1 2 3 and amount is equal to 5. The same example I have taken for top down program. Now what we are going to do, we are going to do some analysis on topological order. So first of all, what we are going to do is, see, these are some negative values and we are going to ignore it. You may be thinking why I am ignoring the negative value. See, for any negative value, it is basically not a valid solution. See, suppose I have an amount 2 and I have only coin of denomination 3, and if I will take this particular coin, is it a valid solution? No. So basically these are invalid solutions. So what we are going to do is, rather than taking this coin, we will ignore this coin. We will not take this coin. So what is happening here is, I have an amount of 1 and I have 3 coins, 1 2 3. When I have taken a coin of one denomination, I will be remaining with 0, and here I am taking the 2 rupees coin, so I am making a call to -1. But is it a valid one? No. So basically, whenever it is negative, we are not going to take it. That is, whenever my amount is smaller than my coin, we are not going to take it, which I am doing here. That is, coin is smaller than I. What is I? I is the amount. And this is one change I have made from top down program and recursive program. Now what we are going to do? We are going to do topological order analysis. So we are ignoring this one. Suppose these are my indexes 0 1 2 3 4 5. See, first of all, 5 is calling 4, 4 is calling 3, 3 is calling 2, 2 is calling 1 and 1 is calling 0. And if you ignore these two, so 1 is coming to its answer from 0. Now 1 is returning to 2 and 2 is calling 0 and 0 is returning, 0 is calling -1. So if you ignore -1, then 2 is coming to its answer from 0 and 1, and then 2 is returning, 2 is calling 3 is calling 1 and 3 is calling 0. And from these 3 is coming to its answer, that is 3 is calling 2, 3 is calling 1 and 3 is calling 0. Again 3 is returning to 4 and 4 is calling 2 and 1. So 4, 3, 2, 1. And similarly here 5 is coming to its answer with the help of 4, 3, 2. 3, 2. So basically, if you imagine this particular thing as an array, then any n, to fill any nth cell, we are taking the help of some cell from 0 to n minus 1. 0 and n minus 1 included. Okay. So what is my conclusion from here? If I will fill my array from left to right, that is Python list. Actually, array is list in Python. So if we will fill it from left to right, are we safe or not? We will be safe. So this will be my topological order. That is, I will fill my list from left to right. So basically what we will do here is, we will have a for loop, that is outer for loop. We will run for each amount in range V, basically this line, and inside that what I am going to do there is, we will write another for loop, and that particular for loop will run for each of the coins we have. That is, in means inner for loop we are going to try all the coins if it is possible. Okay, and then going to do these 4 operations. That is, we are going to find a minimum coin. So outer for loop will keep track of the amount and inner for loop will try all the coins. This is what I am doing in this particular bottom up code. And now what we are going to do? We will do a dry run for this particular code. Basically, we will make a call to coin change of 5, and basically v is 5. So this will be outer for loop will range from 1 to 5 plus 1. It is 6. That is, it will run for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is, I equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And for each of the I, it is going to create a mean coin variable and will initialize it to sys.max I, that is infinity. And here I am trying all the coins. Now let's see how this particular code will execute for I equal to 1. When I will be equal to 1, first of all a mean coin variable will be created and it will be initialized to infinity. And then I am going to try all the coins. 1, 2, 3. So first of all we are going to try this particular coin. Here C is equal to 1. C is 1 and I is equal to 1. So this condition will be true and I am going to calculate coin needed. And coin needed will be equal to 1 plus tab of I minus C. Basically tab of 0. And what is tab of 0? Tab of 0 is 0. And one more thing, I have written 2 lists here. And what are these 2 lists? See, tab is my bottom up table which I am going to update in my bottom up code, and coin taken. What is coin taken list? See, if I have an amount of 5 and I have these 3 coins, so basically from one of the coins is going to yield my optimal answer. So in this coin taken array, coin taken list, I am going to update that particular coin. That is, with the help of which coin I am coming to my optimal answer. Now let's see. 1 plus tab of 0, so it will be equal to 1, and I am going to compare coin needed with mean coin. Mean coin is infinity and coin needed is 1. So 1 is smaller than mean coin. So what I will do is I will update infinity here, and in next time what I am going to do, in coin taken of I am going to update C. This is my coin taken of I, and here I will update C. That is, I will update 1 here. And after that it will run for C equal to 2. That is, I will try second coin. Second coin C is equal to 2 and I is equal to 1. So this condition will be false. This fault I will not execute. Again C will come here. That is, I will try this particular coin, and when I will try this particular coin, again this condition will be false. So this particular for loop is finished, and when this particular for loop will finish, I am going to update tab of I with mean of coin. And what is my mean of coin? Mean of coin will be 1 and it will be updated to 1. Now what I am going to do is, I will run it for I equal to 2. That is, my amount is 2. I will run it for I equal to 2. And here again, I am going to create a mean coin variable. So it will be initialized to infinity. And again, what I am going to do is, I am going to try all the coins. 1, 2, 3. So first of all, I will try this particular coin, C. So if C is smaller than or equal to I, what is I? I is 2 and C is 1. Can I take this coin? Yes. So what I am going to do? I will calculate mean of coin. Coin needed. And coin needed will be equal to 1 plus tab of 2 minus 1. That is tab of 1. So 1 plus tab of 1 is 1 equal to 2. And mean coin is infinity. So this condition will be true. And I am going to update mean coin to 2 and coin taken of I equal to C. I equal to C. So it will be equal to 1. And now what I will do? I will move here. And I will try 2 rupees coin. So is 2 smaller than I, and what is I? I is 2, C is 2. So this condition will be true. I will calculate coin needed. Coin needed equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. I is 0, sorry, I is 2 and c is also 2. So basically tab of 0. And what is tab of 0? Tab of 0 is 0. So it will be 1. And as you can see here, coin needed is 1, mean coin is 2. So this condition will be true. Again I will update mean coin and I will make it 1. And in coin taken of I will update c. And c is 2. So here I will update 2. And what I am going to do Maya is, that is what this code will do is, this will connect this particular coin. That is 3 rupees coin. And again it will check whether c is 3 and it is 2. So this condition will be false. So this for loop will end and again tab of I will be updated. What is? Tab of 2 will be updated with mean coin. Mean coin is equal to 1. So it will be updated to 1. Now what I will do? I will execute it for I equal to 3. And when I will be 3, so again a mean coin variable will be created and it will be initialized with infinity. And again I am going to try all the coins. So as you can see here, I is equal to 3 and the maximum denomination is 3. So basically we will be taking all the coins and seeing which one is yielding to my optimal answer. So first of all what I will do? I will take 1 rupee coin. So coin needed when I am taking 1 rupee coin will be equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. I is 3 and c is 1. So basically it will be equal to tab of 2 and tab of 2 is equal to 1. So 1 plus 1 equal to 2 and 1 plus 1 equal to 2 and it is smaller than mean coin. So I will update 2 here and in coin taken of I will update c. Okay. Now again what I will do is I will take 2 rupees coin. Now I am taking 2 rupees coin, again calculating coin needed, and coin needed is equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. I is 3, c is 2. So 1 plus tab of 1 and tab of 1 is 1. So it is 2. 2 is not smaller than 2. So this if condition will be false. And again I am going to try this particular coin. So coin needed will be equal to, when I try this coin, equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. I is 3, c is 3. So tab of 0, and what is tab of 0? Tab of 0 is 0. So it is 1 and 1 is smaller than 2. So mean coin, so this condition will be true and it will be updated to 1 and coin taken of I will be equal to c. Okay, and c is what? C is 3 right now. So this for loop will execute after that, that is finish after that, and tab of I, it will be updated to mean coin. And what is mean coin? Mean coin is 1. It will be updated to 1. Let's see what will happen when I will be equal to 4. For I equal to 4, again a mean coin variable will be created and it will be initialized with infinity. Then I am going to try all the coins. So basically for all the coins this if check will be true, and we are going to try each of the coin one by one. So first of all what we are going to do, we will try this coin. So when I will try this particular coin, my coin needed will be equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. What is I? I is 4 and c is 1. So basically tab of 3. And what is tab of 3? Tab of 3 is 1. So 1 plus 1 and this is equal to 2. 2 is smaller than infinity. So it will be updated to 2. And in coin taken of I am going to update c. C is equal to 1. So I will update 1 here. And what I will do after that? I will try second coin, that is this for loop. And again I will check this condition will be true and we will come to this particular line. Coin needed equal to, that is I am going to calculate coin needed and it will be equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. And what is I here? I is 4 and c is 2. So tab of 2, and what is tab of 2? Tab of 2 is 1. So it will be 2, correct? And what I am going to do? Mean coin is 2, coin needed is 2. So this condition will be false. I will do nothing. And at last what I will do? I will try this particular coin. So coin needed will be equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. I is 4, c is 3. So it will be tab of 1, 1 plus tab And what is tab of 1? Tab of 1 is 1. So it will be 2. And again this if check will be done and it will be false. So these two lines will not execute. So for I equal to 4, this line has executed and this for loop will be finished and control will come here and tab of I will be updated to mean coin. That is, it will be updated with 2. Now what is going to happen? It will execute for I equal to 5. When I will be equal to 5, this is my coin array 1, 2, 3 and this is my mean coin variable. It will be initialized with infinity. So first of all, what we are going to do, we will try this particular coin and we are going to find coincident. So coincident equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. So first of all, I am trying this coin. So tab of 4, and what is tab of 4? Tab of 4 is 2. So 1 plus 2 equal to how much? 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Is 3 smaller than infinity? Yes. So I will update 3 here, and in coin taken of I am going to update c. Okay, it will be updated with 1. Now what will happen is c will come here. That is, I will try this particular coin and again I will find c of, that is coincident, and coincident will be equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. I is 5, c is 2. So it will be 3. That is 1 plus tab of 3. And what is tab of 3? Tab of 3 is 1. So it will be 2. Is it 2 smaller than 3? Yes. So I will update 2 here and I will update 2 here also. This line. Now what I will do? C equal to 3. So coincident equal to 1 plus tab of I minus c. I is 5, c is 3. So tab of 2, and tab of 2 is also equal to 1, so it will be equal to 2. But this condition will be false. Coincident equal to 2 and mean coin is 2. So coincident is not smaller than mean coin. This condition will be false. So this for loop will end. Control will come here for I equal to 5, and tab of 5 will be updated with mean coin. So it will be updated to 2. So this is how this particular bottom of code is going to execute. And one more thing, what will be the time complexity? This is my outer for loop which is running for v times, and what is v? V is my amount, and this is my for loop which is trying all the coin denomination basically. So let c be the all the coin denomination. So my time complexity will be order of v into c, whether v is the amount and c is the coin denomination I am having. Correct? And what is the space complexity? See, here I am using 1D array and here also I am using 1D array. So my time complexity, space complexity will be order of n. And this is the best space complexity we can have here. So once again, time complexity order of VC, space complexity order of V. Okay, where V is the amount. Now friends, this is all I have for bottom up video, and if you have liked by this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and next video we are going to see how to print a coin which we have taken for this particular amount.